Looks good. Ayan. Alright, sige, let's start. Welcome everyone. No? Kindly turn on your cameras, no? For the whole duration. Alright, so welcome to our title defense. No? This would be only a ano lang naman. Hindi naman mabigat na title defense. It's just for you to experience kung paano ba mag-defend sa thesis. No? So parang practice lang natin to. Our major defense would be the proposal defense by the end of semester. So for this period, what we are going to do is to defend the title. Okay? Your title. If you are ready, sige, you may present now.
Okay. So before we start, may I ask we need to share her screen, please. Ayun. Yung ating yung first slide, Winnie.
Oh, sorry.
Kinaumba. Okay, so our product would be Legume Protein Bar. Legume Protein Bar is a new product development. Thus, a new kind of protein bar. Aside from the existing protein bars, which uses proteins, other protein sources like whey, cashews, peanuts, and many other sources. But what about legumes as a main ingredient for a protein bar? That is why we agreed to study about. The viability of this legume protein bar is yet for further research. But for some for so far, according to Barry Calibal 2021, consumers are increasingly prefer plant-based proteins over animal-based proteins. That is due to ethical and environmental concerns. From this, at some point, legume protein bar can be highly feasible, though it needs for further research. Next.
The problem we're trying to address is the growing concerns with regards healthy foods wherein there is increasing demand demand for a healthier snack. We observe that people nowadays are proven to be health conscious, where they are turning to organic food sources and changing their lifestyle to healthier ones. So we want to create a product that will create value to customers. We want to give them a product that does not only satisfy customers' tummy, but also ensure their health. For example, because of the pandemic, we all need to stay at home. This pandemic has a lot of drawbacks, but it also has a number of benefits. Because we all have to stay at home, many individuals find time to work out for themselves, which is important because we need to stay fit to avoid the virus. However, we all know that if we are exhausted after working out, we will not only get thirsty, but also hungry. And this is the reality and based on experience. So aside from food, this legume protein bar is one of the best snacks to eat after working out or also best for breakfast.
Furthermore, according to Dr. Guy Crosby from the Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health, legumes, which includes beans, peas, and lentils, are inexpensive and healthy foods that are great source of protein, potassium, complex carbohydrates including dietary fiber, which is very important in maintaining healthy bowel function. So, legumes have a high protein content that is very feasible in creating a protein bar. Next.
Okay. Now, a new kind of protein bar that is of great nutrients and natural additives that caters toward one of the growing trend of the food industry, which is plant-based proteins. Protein bars are mostly made up of whole oats, grains, nuts, protein powder, some features yogurt powder, milk or dietary protein like casein and whey, while other are plant-based. In our product development, the legumes would be the main ingredients and source of protein, and the sweeteners to be used are going to be natural ones, such as honey, yakun syrup, and maple syrup. Next.
And so far, we also have research that all the foods and drinks produced are responsible for some greenhouse gas emissions, which is total becomes the carbon footprint. And so, because of this increasing awareness with regards to environmental impacts linked to intensive livestock production and the advocacy and regulation to moderate the growth of in animal protein sector, there is a shift towards alternative protein sources. And so with the creation of protein products such as legume protein bars, people have more options on where they can get some protein. And as we mentioned, legume has a high source of protein, thus is very suitable for the alternatives of meat protein. Legumes such as lentils and peas are actually also one crop that has low carbon emissions. Producing 100 grams of protein from peas emits just 0.4 kilograms of carbon equivalent. To get the same allowance of protein from beef, the emission would nearly be 90% higher or 90 times higher.
In our locality, there haven't been a product of protein bar which is made out of legumes. Once the research about legume protein bar is successful, it can be a huge contribution for our department as we have created something that is new to the market and impact the research that can be based for academic purpose.
Legumes being a potential topic in the food industry. Legumes are crops that are easily accessible and inexpensive and are sustainable plant-based food rich in proteins that provide promising possibilities of byproducts. Our study of legume protein bars can eventually shed a light and strengthen the perception of the food industry on how we can utilize legumes, not only as a meat substitute, a dish for viand, beverages, or a canned good, but also as a main ingredient of a sweet but healthy snack. The finding of this study will be extremely beneficial to the following: to the health and fitness enthusiast consumers. They are individuals who are concerned about nutrition, fitness, stress, and the environmental and wellness-oriented lifestyle. The findings of this study can provide these consumers with a health-related product that is both healthier for them and better for the environment. The findings of the study will also benefit them with their diet, which is essential part of their well-being since it is plant-based snack with protein and natural additives, where they will be able to include in their diet. To the community, the findings of this study will benefit the community as a whole because the study is suitable for all consumers and will benefit them more. It will be a healthier snack option for the customers. To the proponents of the study, through this study, proponents will find self-satisfaction as well as new knowledge and skill. This study will benefit and inspire future researchers to be more innovative and creative in future endeavors. The completion of the study will benefit and help future researchers as it can serve as their reference, guide, and source of valuable up-to-date information which can be very valuable for their similar studies in their field. The study also can open the development of their study. Moreover, the study will be helpful to entrepreneurship students in innovating and developing a product in the area of food enterprise. Importantly, the study provides better information and understanding about the benefits of alternative protein products which promote healthier food options.
So far, sir, yun lang po.
Okay. Sige. Very good presentation. The presentation is clear. Details are clear, and I like the flow of your information. Very good. Very good. Okay, so let's go with the question and answer. At the same time, isasabay ko na rin yung ating parang my comments and suggestions. No? Kasi this is also a consultation then. Okay, so you have pointed out already the benefits, which is good. No? It's clear. Pero I guess meron pa tayong isang problem. No? Do you know na the exact recipe for your legume protein bar? Meron na ba kayong naisip na exact na recipe nyo?
Sir, sir, for now, wala po. Pero we're trying to have trial and error for the development of our product.
Okay. Sige. That is actually that is normal naman sa ating research kasi this is product development. So ito na, we will go straight with the problem statement of the problem. No? Yan ang first na problem nyo. Supposedly is to identify the recipe for your legume protein bar. At sabi nyo nga, magka-trial and error kayo, so there should be different na beta products, kumbaga. Okay? So what do I mean by yung recipe? It should be a combination, but a perfect combination of the ingredients for your legume protein bar, which is ita trial and error nyo. Okay, so that is problem number 1. The recipe. After creating the recipe, let's go to your problem number 2. We will now go with the acceptability of your product in terms of the senses. What do I mean by senses ba? Since this is a legume protein bar, we are comparing it, di ba, to a regular na protein bar. Ayan. So what we are trying to do is to replicate yung protein bar. Replication niya. As much as possible, it should be the same or it should be more. Ang basis natin, again, is the legume bar. So what are we trying to replicate? Sinabi ko kanina, evaluation of senses. So the taste should be the same or more. Taste, texture. What do I mean by texture? Pag ginuya natin yung protein bar, ano ay yung legume protein bar? It should be parang protein bar talaga na kinakain. So taste, texture, appearance, mukha ba siyang protein bar, color, and even the smell. Ayan, so natakal na natin lahat ng senses. Okay? Alright. So how do we measure? Yun yung Anyway, pupunta naman tayo dyan in your further parts of your research. So that could be part 2. We will be using sensory evaluation. Have you heard yung sensory evaluation? I guess not. No? This is the first time you have heard. Pero yun ang gagawin natin. To test if the 5 senses na binanggit ko kanina is pasado ba. At sino yung magte-test? Ito na, pupunta tayo dun sa data gathering. Ang magte-test, of course, is yung consumers. Okay? So yan. Acceptability is our problem number 2. And number 3 naman is the marketability. Okay? So we will also develop packaging for our product. One challenge, ito nakikita ko kasi sa inyong legume protein bar. Once na finalize nyo yung product, how can it be differentiated sa other na protein bar? Diba? Kasi feeling ko pag pinagtabi-tabi ko, it will look the same. Tama ba? So, kailangan natin yung packaging. Kaya nilagay ko yung marketability. That is the third problem natin na kailangan natin i-solve. Our marketability should also be effective. It should be accepted by the public. Lalo na sinabi nyo kanina na it will be for all consumers. Tama ba? Yeah, it will be all consumers. So these consumers should accept yung inyong product when it comes to marketability. Okay, not only yung natin, not only yung packaging natin, but also yung pricing strategy natin. Kasi of course, titingnan pa rin ng consumers yung price. What if pag nag-costing na tayo, tapos nung legume protein bar nyo pala is 100 per bar, di ba? Ano lang, kasi kailangan kasi diba, pag nag-develop tayo ng product, may costing yan. Pero ang mahal pala, sir. Even if we have proved na our protein bar is healthy, pero it's too expensive to sell, hindi siya papasa dun sa marketability. So pag nalaman natin na masyadong mahal, sa number 3, masyadong mahal, babalik tayo dun sa number 1. We have to, again, di ba, to iibahin yung recipe to make it cheaper. Ayan, so parang nag-circle na tayo dun sa 1, 2, and 3. Okay? So again, 3 problems. Ulitin ko lang. Problem number 1 natin is to identify the recipe of the legume bar or the perfect combination of ingredients for the legume bar. Number 2 is the assessment of the acceptability when it comes to senses. Ayan. Acceptability when it comes to senses. And number 3 is to assess naman the marketability within the consumers. Okay? Ayan. Once na we have answered yung 3 questions na yun, mag-connect na siya sa mga sinabi nyo sa akin kanina. Yung significance nyo, if we can prove na tama yung 3 problems natin, mag-connect yan dun sa 3. Kasi mag-match yan. Okay? Okay. Alright, so that is our 3 problems. Alright, magko-comment uli ako with the way you presented your significance of the study. Kasi actually yung next part natin is the statement of the problem and the literature review. Okay. So your group is an advantage. Kasi your flow ng significance of the study, actually, yun dapat yung literature review. So you now have the skeleton, kumbaga. So very good, that is your advantage. Ang gagawin nyo na lang sa literature review is to add more literature. Pero I want you to follow yung sequence na present ko kanina. Kasi that is good already. Okay, just add more literature, add more reading para mas mapatibay natin yung foundation. Alright? This is a very short presentation. And again, congratulations for your presentation. I like it very much. Palakpakan yung sarili niya. Alright, sige. So, do you have any questions? Ayan. Do you have any questions or comments? Sir, pagod pa kami sa exam. Okay, sige. Anyway, we will leave the questions sa next na consultation natin, okay? So, yan, before we end, okay? Sino yung nagpre-present? Si Winnie, you can close the presentation now at tayo ay picture taking saglit. Ayan, so you prepare yourselves. Para kayong mga kambal, magkakamukha kayo. Ayan, naka-glasses pa kayong lahat. Alright, sige. Count of 3, you smile at the camera. 3, 2, 1. Alright. Okay. Last instruction natin for this afternoon. Later on, sino pala ang nyo dito? Group leader? Sino leader niya dito?
Si
Mercedes po, sir.
Okay, si Mercedes, later on, may isisend ako sa'yo na peer evaluation link. So, discuss ko lang saglit yung peer evaluation.
Yes, sir.
You will rate your group mates from 1 to 5 depende dun sa level of their contribution. Okay? Anyway, answers will be private between you and me. Hindi yan makikita ng group mates. So if you feel na medyo kulang yung kinontribute nung isa sa inyo, you can give a lower score. If not, if everyone naman contributed something, I suggest that you put 5. Kasi i-prorate natin yung score nyo. Kumaga, your exam is 100 points. Tapos, one of you is nakuha lang is 4 over 5. So, 80%. 80% of 100, 80 lang ibibigay ko sa iyo. Kung yun ang rating ng inyong peers. Okay? So, Mercedes, we will be sending you the link later. Okay? Share mo lang. Alright? Yan. So, if no more
Yes,
questions.
po.
Thank you for attending our short title defense, and I will see you in our next consultation. Goodbye. You can log out now. Goodbye.
Thank you po, sir.
Bye, sir.
Goodbye po.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Bye, team.
Goodbye.
Bye.